Hey y'all, so I'm gonna do a quick video for you. As you guys know, I come from a very narcissistic, sadistic, abusive, violent household when I was growing up. And I unfortunately have met quite a few people who are the same way. I've been involved with people who are the same way, married to someone who's like that. Um, and was in a manipulationship a while back with an individual who's a complete rattlesnake. And so, keeping all of that in mind, I just finished watching a video where this couple, they're engaged and they're heavy into nature, which I can totally relate to that. um, they always go out in nature. She's been doing that since she was a kid, and she's been skiing and, the whole bit. And so they make a great team, by the way. So she has a job. He works for YouTube making videos. And he was on his ski thingy because they use the skis to get across the snow and snowshoes, whichever one would work better. And he was bent down, and their names are John and Aaron, in case you ever see their videos or whatever. They're just, like I said, a great team. But he was bent down, or I guess he was bent down, had his legs a certain way, and he turned to take a shot, like to get a shot. I think he was trying to get a photo of Aaron, I think. Well, when he turned, his knee didn't turn with him, and so it kind of got stuck there. Next thing you know, he's yelling and he's in agony. So he could not straighten his leg out whatsoever. Long story short, they were a good way, not a good ways from camp, but when someone's injured, Aaron ended up pulling him on the sled thing. And she had to do a lot of pulling because they were a ways away from the campsite. And then, you know, she basically hauled him back to their camp. And then they, obviously going to get in dry clothes. And she went ahead and made dinner and, just made sure both of them were taken care of. She had cut plenty of firewood and the whole bit. And they weren't sure what they were going to do, so they were going to wait it out. They have SOS buttons, but they really didn't want to push those unless they felt like they had absolutely no choice. So they waited till the weather calmed down and this and that, and then they went to a trail they left a lot of their stuff behind because getting him to a medical facility is obviously quite important. So they left a lot of their stuff behind, and a friend of theirs, let's see what happened. Aaron got him, no, let me think. Aaron got him to the vehicle. She pulled him because obviously he's incapacitated. Got him to the vehicle. She drove and got him to a facility. And there's a strong possibility that he has a torn meniscus. That sounds familiar. That's what I'm going through right now. Anyway, and has to have an MRI to make sure. And they did a follow up to let us know what happened when he went to the doctor or the hospital. And the reason I'm telling you all of this, and this just strengthens their bond as a couple, because they make a phenomenal team. The reason I'm telling you this, and I'm trying not to get emotional, the reason I'm telling you this is because you want to make sure that you're not with a toxic person. Because if you are stuck in the woods with a horrible, narcissistic, cold-blooded rattlesnake, they're not even going to acknowledge your injury, much less help you and help you get to the hospital. They don't give a rat's ass. You could have broken your leg to where your bone is sticking clear out, which does happen, by the way. It's called an open fracture. And they'll just look at you like, okay, well, anyway, what are we gonna have for dinner, or what am I gonna have for dinner? Because all they give a shit about is themselves. And it's nerve-wracking to think that there are such empty, dead people like that walking around that would never in a million years help you. They're not cutting their trip for your injury, okay? They're going to enjoy the woods, and you could be bleeding to death, and you are on your own, okay? The way they did it is how you're supposed to do it. They love the hell out of each other, and she's not a prissy girl, although I can be, right? I'm a combination of prissy girl and tomboy. She's straight up tomboy. She ain't worried about makeup and all that. She's like, okay, let me roll up my sleeves and let me get my man back to the vehicle. We got to do what we got to do. And I'll cook for us before we go and make sure we have a good night's sleep, and whatever you need, I'm here for you. And that is how it's supposed to be. He is so impressed with how far she went above and beyond to make sure that he got the medical help that he needed. If you are with the wrong person, I cannot emphasize this enough. If you are with the wrong person and something happens to you, you are on your own. You have to figure out how to get out of the bush by yourself. Try to contact emergency services by yourself. And hope to God your injury is not life-threatening, because if they have a choice between getting you out of the bush or sitting on their ass and pretending you're not hurt, guess which one they're going to choose, and it's not going to work in your favor. Okay? So, very, 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 very crucial that you're with people that give a shit. Friends or your partner or both or all of the above. There was another guy who, him and his friend were hiking the mountains, and these are so dangerous. Oh my God. I can't think of the name of the mountain right now, but he ended up with a severe medical condition. And I'll talk to you more about that in another video, what it was called and what happened to him. His friend called for help and got him the hell up out of there. You know, I mean, you have to be with people that care about you. You got to care about them. They have to care about you. That's just the way it goes. If you're with a dead person walking around, well, you might as well be by yourself, because you're by yourself anyway. I've said that I don't know how many times. And if you're with the wrong person, a toxic person / rattlesnake, if it's life threatening, you're gonna die. If you don't get yourself out of there, you're gonna die. They're gonna sit there and count the snowflakes on the ground or take pictures of the sunset or something. They ain't gonna worry about you. Okay? So please do yourself a favor. Get rid of people who are garbage. Get rid of people who do not love you. Get rid of people who don't care. People that are just occupying space. And when you know what hits the fan, they got nothing to do with it. Get rid of their asses. Get them out of your life. They're poisonous. All right, guys, much love.